So we saw a movie.
Yeah!
Yes, we did. Spider-Man.
That was Spider-Man Homecoming. So let's try to get a spoiler-free review going first.
It smells good in here.
So, general feel, guys. What did you think of the movie?
2 thumbs up. If I had 6 more arms like the Spider-Man, I'd give it maybe about 5 more thumbs up.
Wow.
Not all the way up, but you know.
So 7 thumbs out of
8 spider thumbs, yes.
8 spider thumbs? Okay. That's pretty good. I thought it was solid. It was probably the best possible Spider-Man movie we could expect from Sony shoehorning their way into the MCU.
Yeah.
I can't imagine them doing it much better. I think it worked really well. Mark,
What are some of your thoughts on the film?
What do you think?
I thought it was really good. I mean, it's got the humor of you know, classic animated Spider-Man and comic book Spider-Man. You know, it's not very serious. Well, it has serious moments, but it plays it playfully, you know, the way it should. One thing I thought was lacking was a little bit was you know, some of the writing for Tony Stark. I mean, I think they've played it so many times, you know, like some of the jokes weren't as high quality as they were in, say, the first Iron Man.
All of his lines seemed like they were really rushed delivery, which I know he's got like
I almost feel like they didn't decide to put Robert Downey Jr. in this movie until way later than they were telling everybody.
Yeah.
Because his character barely seems like he's in the movie.
Well, yeah,
which is good. I actually was afraid of that.
Yeah.
I was legitimately terrified this was going to be like a Spider-Man Iron Man buddy movie, and they were gonna.
I was kind of hoping that was the case, but I was really hoping that
too much
Iron Man would come in all overconfident, and the Vulture would actually hand him his ass, and Spider-Man would have to show up and be like, "Bitch, I told you I'm good at this," and just put the smack down. The one thing I would say though. You didn't see Spider-Man punching fools. You didn't see Spider-Man like kicking a fool. You didn't see Spider-Man just like, oh, I'm going to pick this guy up and I'm going to throw him through that plexiglass window because I've got redonkulous.
They kind of danced around the fact that
it was almost like the animated Spider-Man where he just like tackles people all the time.
No, he did
like, oh, villain, tackle.
He did a lot of really cool like disarms and stuff using the webs. And there is the part when he's holding up the guys, stopping the guys with the ATM. There's the part where he like makes one punch the other one, and then he grabs one guy and he does hit him.
Yeah, he like does a foot lift with the weird suctionies on his foot.
And he does throw a motorcycle at a bunch of dudes during the stuff on the ferry.
Apologize, very important.
Sorry guys, that was a little bit harsh. That was pretty good.
I'm actually kind of surprised that no one died in any of those hijinks. That's like a Hulk rampage where like topple 6 buildings. Like, oh, Hulk save all people.
No one died in Hulk rampage. Like we're spoiling anything because this is all stuff that's in the trailers because they almost showed too much of this movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there is moments where it feels like things probably should have been more grisly than they really were, but obviously it's a movie.
Like, could he have like spit up a bit more blood after all the ass kickings that he got?
Or when he had a building fall on him?
Yeah, exactly.
Which one?
But hey, that's the way it goes.
Well,
unless they make it like a Deadpool movie.
Also, I will say that I guess this is a spoiler. Spoiler!
Well, wait. Pre-spoilers still. Other things of note.
Spoilers!
Pre-spoilers. Tom Holland is great.
Terrific.
As Peter Parker.
And his body looks like something I would want to eat meals off from. Just like...
Confessions from Kenneth.
Just like, you know that rolled ice cream? I bet you could do it on his abs.
The one thing that is exciting is knowing that...
You're not wrong.
He actually did train to be able to do some of the stunts for this role. Like, I saw some really cool videos online of, like, showing him do, like, the crazy flippy stuff.
Do a flip! Yeah!
Okay, best moment in the movie that isn't in any of the trailers. Hey, you Spider-Man!
Yeah, I'm Spider-Man!
Do a flip!
Flip.
Yeah, Spider-Man!
Yeah!
Watch for that guy. He's gonna be on a t-shirt much like the I'm Mary Poppins, y'all was this like quotable
takeaway.
And find him in the credits too.
Yeah, that was the best. The Spider-Man guy is in the credits.
And he's part of the Screen Actors Guild now. All you have to do is say a line in a film and you get to be like lifetime member of like legit actor.
professional actor because he goes, "Yeah, Spider-Man."
Hey, that's great acting.
I would love.
He was probably doing it in front of a green screen.
Yeah,
he didn't even know that there was a Spider-Man.
Yeah, he probably didn't even see Spider-Man. That was
very compelling. But as far as spoilers go, they did a huge misdirect.
Spoilers time.
Huge misdirect with Marissa Tomei. Aunt May is totally not Tony Stark's new boo thing. Kind of disappointed, but she definitely was like, yeah, I'm not in with that. So
I like how she was kind of creeped out by Tony Stark, actually.
Well, you know.
That was kind of funny. That was a good gag.
That's the only spoiler.
That wasn't even like the huge spoiler, in my opinion.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm not going to actually spoil this movie.
But we can. That's the whole point. I put a warning in. We can literally tell the whole plot if we want, but...
Oh my gosh.
I mean, Greg and I tried that with the last one, and
so there's a scene where Ryan Reynolds shows up and then eats rolled ice cream off from Tom Holland's abs.
This is in Kenneth's dream later on.
Yeah, I fell asleep partway through this film. I missed the second third.
So... There's a lot of fun stuff going on in the spoiler department that isn't that surprising. Like, we get the setup for Miles Morales that everyone was expecting. It's really minor, but we just straight up, it's like, Donald Glover's like, hey, I got a nephew. His name is probably Miles.
Yeah, I've got a nephew. I'm just going to leave it at that, but if you think you say a Black Mexican Spider-Man, you'll know. There's
another great quote from this movie. Man, I got ice cream in here.
That's why I'm all in the mood for ice cream.
You know what? This movie was just... That's something I didn't even think about mentioning earlier. This movie that I agree with, this movie gets humor better than a lot of the MCU stuff does in general.
Because it feels a lot more like real. It has that down-to-earth vibe.
Speaking of that... all the Cap moments, or Cap's on TV, are just perfect.
The Cap videos, jeez.
Right, it's funny because like he's funniest as like he is literally like a square, like he's just like a really straight-laced guy. So
but he's probably an enemy of the state right now. So.
That was great
really
too.
Great.
Also, please go ahead, finish.
No, I just mean, like, I think you're right, because the humor comes naturally to Tom Holland in that role. Like, that character's the funniest one. I mean, who's going to crack jokes? Like, if Vision cracks a joke, you're like, oh, okay. You know, but this guy actually can deliver a joke, you know?
It worked really well.
Yeah.
Like, I think his spider banter is the most like the comics, too.
Yeah.
Like, out of comparing the 3 Spider-Men we've had so far in... like live action movies.
And I'm gonna say it, like, it's the most realistic in terms of how they got their suit. I don't think Tobey Maguire sewed up that suit for himself. I don't think Andrew Garfield put that shit together. He was a skate punk. Like, he was being too edgy to learn how to sew. Tom Holland had a red hoodie and some red underwear.
I also like how that get-up looks a lot like the Scarlet Spider get-up.
Well, yeah, I'm sure that was
really cool.
And then the Iron Spider, I'm just like, spinning out of nowhere.
Yeah. So, other spoilers of note.
I just want to say, all the teachers, all the staff, all the people involved with the school, excellently cast.
Oh, yeah.
Pure humor. Like, I could just watch Spider-Man going to school and trying to, like, bullshit stuff.
The academic decathlete teacher was amazing.
Yeah. He played a guy on that show Party Down. I don't know if you guys ever saw that.
He was into...
His name is Roman.
Science fiction.
Hard sci-fi.
Not fantasy. Dragons are fantasy.
That guy is hilarious.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Okay, the line when he's just like, I couldn't bear to lose a student on a field trip again.
And then just like push, fucking smash zoom and like.
There's the other thing that was freaking perfect. That is just unbelievably perfect. The high school TV show.
Yeah.
The morning announcement
As someone
show.
Whose job last year was to teach a high school morning announcements show.
Oh God, that's awful.
That was so accurate.
How did you not kill yourself?
Actually, it was like the most fun I've had for a day job in a while.
Well, that's
it's a lot more tolerable than being a normal teacher,
or any other kind of job.
Yeah, but anyway, that was so spot on. It hurt.
Yeah. Like the are we cutting yet kind of looks or the.
Yeah, and the just like. Awkward camera angles and the love of smash zooms.
Yeah.
Smash zoom.
Or is it?
Yeah. And the green screen flicker.
Yeah, right.
That was a little too perfect. Like, somebody's got a kid on a high school video production who was on the production team of this movie.
Yep.
It was too spot on. God, Vulture was way cool.
Dude, that armor, though.
Cool. This is officially the most entertaining version of the Vulture.
Absolutely.
Well, I mean,
that you could
see the old one, and it's like, oh Jesus.
Was there an old one?
Well, yeah, wasn't he in the comics? He was
in the comics. He's literally just like an old man,
old dude in a flight suit who's got like huge upper body strength because he actually has to do that.
Like steals people's youth.
Yeah.
It's like
he looks horrifying. He looks really cool.
This was a way cooler spin on the idea,
and it was like even realistic that he had flight mask on and like
the Vulture ruffle was actually the fur from the bomber jacket,
which is dope.
And the fact that they never directly call him Vulture, but the idea is he's a vulture in the sense that he's picking up the scraps.
Picking up the carrion, yeah.
He's getting... That was a really cool idea. That was that's a way more clever idea for the character. And they wouldn't have had a character like that in a non-MCU movie.
Right, where it's like grounded and almost realistic.
The pile of all the stupid Avengers aftermath that has become a recurring problem,
and it makes more sense that there was like an 8-year lead up to that, as opposed to Willem Dafoe has one bad day and murders his homie and then becomes the Green Goblin and then starts incinerating people with pumpkin bombs they just had lying around.
Speaking of Dafoe, that was probably the most impressive moment in this movie. There's a part where where Keaton is driving Peter and Liz to the homecoming dance.
I like how you named him Keaton, but you gave the character names for the other two.
Well, he's the Vulture. But Michael Keaton as Vulture, as Toombs, is driving the kids to the dance. Because, of course, they're going to the dance together. This is a John Hughes movie mixed with a superhero
it's the Vulture
movie.
and his girlfriend, and Peter Parker and his girlfriend. They're double dating. It's really weird.
But anyway, he's driving them, and then the light turns green, and he has this smile.
Well, the lights on his face were playing on his face had been great the entire scene through.
Right.
Like when the dawning realization it turned reddish purple,
and then and then when he
give me some reddish purple lights on my face right now because this is exactly what
he has this crazy eyes and this smile where he's like.
And he just got so many lines on his face. I didn't realize he was that old, but holy balls.
Oh, he was so intimidating.
Yeah.
He had better crazy face than...
And he did have a gun in his car.
Yeah.
Everything else aside, he did have a gun in his car.
That part was cool. The actor playing Peter's best friend, Ned, was amazing.
It was funny, yeah.
He was perfect as
guy in the chair.
Guy in the chair. There's another one that'll be on t-shirts really fast. I guarantee you. Just guy in the chair.
Although I would like to point out that Oracle can't get out of her chair, so it's kind of unfair that everyone else is ambulatory guys in chairs.
Speaking of money, haves and have-nots, there's a couple political statements that are made that are pretty cool.
Oh yeah,
this
definitely.
movie definitely hates Donald Trump. I will say that probably because they make comments about the rich. The
haves and the
subjugating the poor, and they also get into some stuff about the Washington Monument, which is pretty.
Oh, that was amazing. The Washington Monument wasn't made with slavery. He looks at this guard. He's just like, enjoy your book.
Also, the new MJ, if you want to talk about her.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I wonder if that's what she is.
Yeah, it might be a red herring.
It's with how much they try to red herring stuff in this movie. Who knows?
I mean, I think the whole point was that it was a red herring. You figure they're like, oh, they're just not going to use a MJ in this movie, and then it's like, oh, BT Dubs, she does have a crush on Peter, and she is watching his every movement, and she does want that tight little spider buns. I don't blame her.
Her name is Michelle or something?
Yeah. That's a pretty drastic
Her name is Zendaya. Oh god, I'm getting a call. What? I'll call you back in 5 minutes. We saw a movie, yeah!
We saw a movie.
So, yeah.
Oh god, I'm actually really sweaty from all that.
Final verdict. We already got yours. 7 out of a possible 8 spider thumbs. I would give this 4.5 out of a possible 5 Doug Jones hugs. That's how I rank
You can get
everything.
a half Doug Jones hug?
Yes, you can. He does the side hug thing. Yeah.
He'll hug your entire body with just his side, though.
Yeah.
I give it 5 bags of popcorn, and I'll throw in two little things of raw meat because the Vulture was so good.
Oh my god.
Nice. I like that. They gave me a tiny Spider-Man.
Oh God! Don't have lost that tiny Spider-Man.
Celebrate that they did.
It's like a choking hazard.
To AMC for giving me a tiny Spider-Man.
How come you got that?
Not a Stubbs member. Because the guy who sold my ticket liked my hat.
Oh.
Damn.
I thought he was like a student of yours.
No, he's like, I dig your pins, man. Because now he's going to have to come with me for every one of these.
The problem with Tiny Spider-Man is that he's comparatively huge to all my other superhero things, so it'd be like, gigantic Spider-Man.
Yeah, he is about twice the size of Dashboard Star-Lord, who lives in my car.
You have a Dashboard Star-Lord?
Yes.
Sounds good.
We saw a movie.
Yeah,
we did.
That was... I'm going to have a lot of fun editing this.